This episode was brought to you by the number 42. Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Analyst. I'm glad you're here. Whew! It's been a while since we did one. I was on vacation a couple weeks ago. Actually, no, what am I talking about? Last week. Yeah, last week I was on vacation. I was able to pump out one more episode, and we were working on a Sandstorm team. But I am back. I am ready to go, and we're probably going to be doing a lot of battling and a lot of strategy this week, right? So I'm looking forward to it. Let's dive right in. Oh, actually, no. Before we do that, I want to share a little story that happened to me yesterday, right? So I was on Pokemon Showdown. There we go. Forgot the name of it. Wow. So I was on Pokemon Showdown trying to figure out and see what I could do with this team, which I will get to in a sec. And before I could even, look for a battle, this guy, he sent me a request for a battle, right? And, that pops up here. If you're not familiar with Pokemon Showdown, you can actually, find a user and then, chat with them or battle with them or things like that. And you also have, chats here where you can find people and all that stuff. But, so he sent me a battle request. And I recognized the name, right? Because the name was the same one as the name that was used on YouTube. And I recognize it because it's one of my subscribers, right? And, we had fun. It was awesome. We just, we did some battling. We did a little bit of an explanation, a little bit of tryout for what you could do with the weather team, mostly sun, but also rain, things like that. And it was really, it was cool to be able to say, I met a fan today. Well, not today, but yesterday, that I met someone who, cares about what I do. It's just a cool feeling, I know there's a whole bunch of YouTubers out there that have like 10 or 100,000 fans, and they probably get this like every day, but this was, it was a cool experience. So if you're out there, and I'm sure you are, then thanks for the battle. It was nice. So, but anyway, you guys aren't here to see me talk and rant and blubber. We're here to actually do a little bit of team building. So, oh yeah, I've made a couple more teams. I was bored. I might show you that later, but right now we are just going to be focusing on this, right? Focus at what is at hand. Okay, so so last time I explained that we were going to do a sand team, right? With Sandstorm, and that's why first Pokemon in the slot right away is the Sandstream Tyranitar. Make it kind of bulky, but also a hard hitter. And since it is a rock type, it gets the the 1.5 boost in a special defense, so it becomes a very good and very bulky hitter, right? More in the physical sense, but still, it's very good, right? And I gave it the Rock Slide, the Ice Punch, the Thunder Punch, and the Protect, of course. The Air Balloon is to work with this Garchomp here. The Garchomp is my Mega. It is a jolly nature, right? As you can see here, it is a jolly nature. I want it to be as fast as possible because a Mega Garchomp is a little bit on the slow side, so I want it to be as fast as possible. So I put full EVs and IVs into speed, and also nature, of course. And then I gave it Earthquake, Outrage, Swords Dance. I might switch out the Sword Dance. I don't know. We'll see. Then you got the Protect, the Rough Skin, of course. And I used to have, just Mega Garchomp, right? Which you can, click here. But I want the Rough Skin ability. So I want to first have, just a normal Garchomp with the Garchomp Bite. And it works the same as a Mega Garchomp, right? I did the same with my Gardevoir in my last team. Not necessarily just a Mega Gardevoir, but just a Gardevoir with telepathy, and then it works quite well in that regard. Then I have the ability that I want. Okay, so then we have the Togekiss with the safety goggles to make sure that it doesn't get hit by the Sandstorm. Serene Grace, Air Slash, and Thunder Wave in order to give it a Paraflinch set. Follow Me, very nice. Works well with my Garchomp because it is a flying type, so it doesn't get hit by the tremendous Earthquake that it sends out. Yes, I know. Don't show me that. Come on. Better. That's much better. Okay, so So it doesn't get hit by the Earthquake, since it is a flying type, and since it's also a fairy type, it will it will be able to take those dragon type hits like there's no one's business, right? Only downside about it is they are both weak to ice. This one will be killed with an ice move in no time at all, and then this one might be 2 hits and then it's down. I did try to make it as especially defensive as possible. Its defense is quite high, but I decided to invest a little bit more into HP, although I might change that around. You never know. We'll see what happens, right? And then things start to change a little bit, because Lucario used to actually be a Ferrothorn, right? We had the Ferrothorn from our last team, and that works quite well, the Sandstorm. However, the only problem is then we have 1, 2, and if this was Ferrothorn, you'd have 3 physical hitters, right? And I kind of want to keep it a little bit more balanced, so I decided not to do that. So this guy became a mixed sweeper, and also I need some speed. I need some speed in there in order to, you know, just to be able to take out some of those faster opponents, right? So I gave it a Choice Scarf, right? Now, like I said before, I don't like using Choice Scarf. I'll be honest, I don't like any of those choice items. Yes, they do have quite a number of good effects, but it's so restricting. I don't like restricting. I will make an exception for Lucario, though, and here's why. It is a good mixed attacker, right? These attack and special attack stats are quite high, right? I mean, they're not fantastic, but they are quite high. The speed is mediocre, I suppose. A little on the high side, but even then. So I want to add the Choice Scarf in there to make it as fast as possible. And then I have Inner Focus in order to make sure that it's not flinched by any Fake Out or anything like that. We have the Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Close Combat, Thunder Punch. Notice I do not have Protect, but because of the Choice Scarf, I can't really. So I have a pretty broad attack scheme, attack number, I suppose. You know what I mean. I have a lot of broad attacks, you know, and I have the special Flash Cannon, the special Aura Sphere, then the physical Close Combat, and the physical Thunder Punch. Now, I do have 2 fighting types. I might change that around, but I want it to be kind of a nice, well-built special, mixed sweeper, right? So I want it to be a good, hard, mixed hitter. Pretty much, Lucario is there to attack as hard and as fast as possible, and then die. That's pretty much what I built him around, right? So, and then I put, you know, full EVs and IVs into attack, of course. I didn't touch my speed. With a Choice Scarf, it should be alright anyway. See if you have, let's go to level 50. Yeah, 50. Then you have 110, increased by 50%. So, you tack 55 onto it, so that's now 165 speed. That's not bad. That's not bad. You know what? Just to make it a little faster. And I might change that around, who knows. If it doesn't work, I might make it faster. But we will find out what that is all about in the future. So then we got the Aegislash with the leftovers. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Leftovers, right? And I didn't put a wide or a weakness. There we go. Weakness policy. Why did I say wide? I wanted to say wide guard. But no, I put the leftovers in there to make it a little more defensive, right? This is really my biggest wall, right? Because it's not affected by fighting moves. It's not affected by poison moves. It's, let me see, is it also not affected? I know there's, yeah, it's not affected by normal moves either. And since it's a steel, it's also very resistant. And little trivia for you, Aegislash is actually the most resistant of all Pokemon, right? Now, it's tied with Magnezone, and Magnezone has Magnet Rise, and once it uses Magnet Rise, it is just as resistant as Aegislash, then in different ways, but it is still quite resistant. So that's why I put this guy in there, put full EVs into defense, put a little bit of EVs into special attack, and then the speed I try to keep as low as possible. Notice I don't have any IVs in there, and here's why. Aegislash is best used, I guess, late, and that has to do with the ability stance change, right? It changes to its blade form when it uses a attacking move, right? Now, its blade form has pitiful defense, right? Just imagine this setup for its blade form, except then the defenses are switched with its attacks. Like, the attack is the same as his defense, and his defense is the same as attack, as in they're switched around, right? And the special attack of this guy is switched with the special defense of this guy. So they're switched around, nothing else changes except the attack and the special attack are switched with the special defense and the defense. And that makes it a very good, I guess, pivot. It can, well, maybe I used pivot wrong, but it can pivot from being very defensive to very offensive, right? But you want to make sure that you take all your hits from your defensive side, right? And that's why I want it to be as slow as possible, so that it moves pretty much last, and then I can change it to my blade form and use Shadow Ball to take down whatever might be lurking around with some incredible special attack. I'm not using attack, I'm using special attack. But then this is in, you know, again, this is in shield form. In blade form, it's much more powerful. So I made it a little more defensive. I used the Wide Guard, the King Shield, and the Magnet Rise, right? The Wide Guard is for earthquakes, not only from Guard Chomp, but also from the other opponents. Also for things like, I don't know, Hyper Voice, for things like Rock Slide, anything like that. Any spread move, you can use Wide Guard for. And the thing is, it actually... you can spam it. It's not like Protect. It used to be, until Gen 6, it actually used to be like Protect. But Wide Guard now doesn't have the drawback of Protect, that you can only use it like once and then it fails like 50% of the time. You can just keep spamming it and it works just as well. King Shield is pretty much the signature move. It switches back to into its shield form if it is in its blade form. Shadow Ball is then its main attack, of course, and Magnet Rise is just for any of those earthquakes. Now, since I have the Wide Guard, I might just switch Magnet Rise for something else, but I don't know. We'll see. And then Suicune is then the support, I guess, sort of. It's the speed control, right? It has the Citrus Berry just for some extra health. I put as much into HP defense and special defense as possible, and the reason why is because I want to use Tailwind. Now, I used to have my Milotic in there, right? But I want to use the Tailwind for the Mega Garchomp, because Mega Garchomp is kind of slow, as I said before. So you want to use the Tailwind to make it as fast as possible, and then it can let loose an Earthquake, and this guy isn't affected by that much at all, because I have, such well-rounded, such well-rounded defenses and HP and things like that. So then I have to Scald the Ice Beam just to be able to take care of any of those things that are weak to ice or water. And then it's more on the special defensive side, which is a little higher than its attack. I mean, its special defense isn't that great, but you know what? We'll make do. It's more of a support Pokemon than anything else. And then I have the Protect, which is, a no-duh. So that's kind of the team that I have. Now, I must say, we put much more work and thought into this team, right? Our first team, because, I'm much more familiar with a Mega team, and especially with a Mega Gardevoir, right? Now, I'm not saying there isn't a Mega in this team. Of course there is, but it's more centered around the Sandstorm, right? And I'm a little less well-versed with Sandstorm. So I want to make sure that, I just kind of put some things together that I think look good, at least on paper. And then we're just going to have a good battle. and see what it is, right? I'm kind of just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. And I think a lot of people do that as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to do a little bit more in-depth on how to actually, you know, analyze the data that you got and change your team through battling, right? If you're not that sure, you kind of just put some stuff together and then just see what works best in battle, which is what we are going to do right now, right? I'm going to be doing one battle. Do we have time for that? Yeah, okay, we have enough time for a battle. So we're going to be doing that, and when I find one, I will see you then. Hello. Alright, let's see what he got. We got this Clef. Yeah, it's a Clefairy. Clefairy. Yeah, Clefairy. Okay. So we got the Clefairy. He has an Eviolite. Let me see. Which are his two megas? That one's a mega, that one's a mega. He has the Rain team here for the Swift Swim on this Woodicolo, or the Rain Dish. And then he has this Heatron. Now, he might just send out this guy immediately. Right. In which case, I mean, he sees that as a Sandstorm team. I hope he does, at least. I think this might be the Mega, but I'm not quite sure. I want to be able to kill him in one shot, though. So I'm going to send out the Tyranitar in case he doesn't. I'm going to send out the Lucario. There we go. Lucario. Can't speak. Unless... No, wait. Hold on. I'm going to send out the Lucario. I'm going to send out... No, Tyranitar. Lucario. I'm going to send out the Suicune. I'm going to send out the Garchomp. Can we use the Garchomp? Yeah, we could use the Garchomp. Alright, so we're going to use the Garchomp. And then we're going to use the Aegislash, Tyranitar. Yeah, okay, it's the Tyranitar. Let's go. Lucario, Suicune, Heatron, and Clefairy. Alright, nice. Now, I'm guessing he's probably going to use a Follow Me on this Clefairy. To which he probably wants to kill me. Now, I'm fast enough. Now, I'd like to use a close combat on this sucker, but I don't think I can. So I'm going to use the Flash Cannon. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to use the Flash Cannon, kill it right away, or at least I hope so. And then the Scald against this Heatron. If he uses Follow Me, he does use Follow Me, which was... Oh, that's fine. Well, actually, no, not really, but you know what? We'll deal with it. Yeah, you're gone. He now tries to end the Heat Wave. Yep, he's dead, which is alright. Alright, now, what you gonna send out? Because you don't have an air balloon anymore, at least. Maybe an idiot if he's so... Well, no, not an idiot. Sorry. If you're watching this, sorry, didn't mean that. I mean, it would be less than wise in order to send out this Salamence. Then you got the Politoed and the Lucario. I think he's going to send out the one of these two. One of these. So, I don't like that. Garchomp, I suppose. He did send out. Well, that's interesting. Why did he send that one out? And of course, he has a Thunder move, I suppose. Maybe evolve Outrage Ice Beam on that Voluspa. He did send it out. That's weird. He must have some sort of strategy, like a Thunder move or something like that. Maybe Mega Evolve or something like that. I don't know. Because... I have an ice move. It would... Okay, so he uses the protect. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? Taunt ended? Okay, so he's gonna taunt me again. That's fine. I'm gonna outrage and ice beam this guy. Hopefully I can hit him. Because, I mean, he could use a hyper voice, I suppose. But it's not gonna kill this Suicune. Not even close. And this E-tron can't really do much anyway. Okay, so he switches out. There goes the Tyranitar. He sends that one out. Double Edge. Okay, so he tries to kill me. Citrus Berry activates. Boom! You're gone. And now, well, it's not really going to do much. But you kind of helped me out there, dude. Well, except for that I have Outrage. Nuts. Alright. Tailwind. Now, he might have an Ice Punch on there, in which case I'm a little bit screwed if he hits me. I mean, I still have the Tyranitar, so that should be alright. I think we should be able to win this one, but... Okay, so we hit that one. Flash Cannon tries to kill me. He sets up the Tailwind, and here we go. Okay, so he's confused. Don't like the confusion, but... I think I need to switch in my Tyranitar, and then I'm going to Protect for a sec. Unfortunately, the Citrus Berry has already activated, so... Heat Wave. There goes the Balloon. Protect from the Heat Wave and Crunch. He tries to kill me. He's really just trying to kill me in any way possible, but I won't let him. I will not let him. Okay, so the Tailwind only has 2 turns left. If I can survive for 2 turns, that'd be nice. Rock Slide. And... Scald? Scald this Tyranitar. Protects. Oh, critical hit. Super effective. Really? It should have done more than that. And it missed? Really? It missed? Ah. Okay. Superpower is a pretty good one. That's alright. Time to send out the Garchomp. And now, I let loose all my Earthquake. That Heatron is going down. And if that Tyranitar doesn't protect, he's going to go down too. This is pretty much my setup. I can hit them, and I can set up another Tailwind should I need to. Protect, Tailwind. Yeah, see, there goes... see, there goes both. So, okay. So, we won our first battle. That is not bad. Not bad at all. You can kind of see the power of Garchomp, and especially with a Tailwind, you know, just destruction galore. So, it was a little bit difficult to set up the Garchomp, but once you have the Garchomp set up, it works very, very well indeed. So, I'm happy for it as of now. Now, I've already done a couple of battles. I must say this wasn't my first battle. I have kind of played around it to see what works well and what doesn't work well. But of course, I haven't had enough room to actually play around and see, okay, what works well, what doesn't work well. But for now, we're just going to keep it like this, right? So in the next episode, we're going to be probably doing some more battles. And having an analytical look at what happens, right? Not only on the strategy, but also like, okay, what happened? Did we lose? Okay, and why did we lose? What was the thing that made us lose? And then, if we can, we'll investigate some things that we could potentially add, and if need be, we will add them to the team, right? But I will leave that in another episode. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked it, then please like, subscribe, share with a friend. That would be really appreciated if you did. And other than that, do I have anything? Do I have? No, I don't. Okay, so we don't really have much to report. So this is John Fillmore signing off and wishing everyone on the opposite side of that screen a very pleasant day. Goodbye!